Hi everyone. When is testing a great idea? And when is helping students cheat in a test an even better idea? Stay tuned and I'll teach you about a fantastic strategy that will help every one of your students, including the strugglers, meet with fantastic success. So when I was at school, I was the principal's daughter. Fun times. But one of the things that Dad was really concerned about was students who never met with success. And he was also concerned about the parents who never heard of their students achieving success. We're talking about academically here. So he began a thing called Attainment Goal Tests. Now, we used to call these AG tests, and my brother and I and all our friends are still kind of haunted to this day about AG tests, but simply because it was like, tests. But we also give them credit for these two things. One, everything we ever learned about from school was learned through an AG test. And the other thing was, it was actually really cool getting our results, and we felt good about ourselves, and we loved seeing our mates who might have struggled at school also achieve. So let me tell you how it works. Okay, so at the end of a unit or a section of work, students are given a piece of paper that has 20 questions on it requiring short answers. So perhaps labeling a diagram, or a one-word answer, or a definition for vocabulary, or a sentence or something. And you work with a mate maybe and do as many answers as you can, looking back in your bookwork because you've been working in books for the answers because you've got notes. And then, because you know how I'm always harping on about getting back to the 1B5s, remember? So anyway, so then you go through these answers as a class, and you make sure the teacher ensures that every student has the answers to this test. Then you take that test away for a week, preferably gluing it in your books. Take it away for a week and rote learn it. Then it's AG testing week. So at Dad's schools, it was a school-wide thing, so every subject was involved. But you can do this if it's just you. Okay, so students have a week to learn this test, the answers to this test, and then they come in and it's testing day. Teacher gives them the blank test paper and test conditions. Absolutely, they sit the test, and they can have all period, but generally it takes 10 minutes, right, because they know the answers. They hand the test in and you mark them later on, give them the marks back the next day. Can you imagine being the student who has never achieved anything in class, and suddenly they get their English test back and it's 95% or 100%, how that must feel? And you're working at the same level as that brainy lot over there. Gold. Better than that, we used to get a little report home that just listed all the subjects and then listed all the grades beside them. So science, 100%, English, 95%, food tech, 100%, and so on. Those little reports would go home to parents. Can you imagine being the parent of a student who has never met with academic success and seeing that set of marks? Look, that's gold. Of course, the flip side of this is that the students learn the key concepts, learn the key vocabulary, learn those key things that they need to be able to move on to the next unit of work, or to be able to move on to the next year level. How many of you are still teaching your year 13s the difference between a simile and a metaphor? That could have been knocked on the head in year 7, really. Or when they're 3 and you're teaching them with car games. So it's rote learning is good. Testing is good if it's done well. Now, a bit about how to, a bit of a backstory and everything is in the blog post that I will link below. Also, if you want a little report thing to send home to parents, I'll link that down below, but it's also in my freebies library. I'm sorry I can't create your AG test for you because it's about what you're doing in class in the last 4 weeks or with that last unit. So it's got to be straight after that set of work, okay? It's not 2 terms later. It's got to be straight after, catching them while they're hot and just kind of wrapping up. All right, so have a think about that and enjoy.